Hi, my name is Sandy Graves, and I have had the privilege of serving on the Pastoral Council for the last 2 years. Our council is made up of parishioners from all 4 of the communities that make up Christ the King parish, along with members of our pastoral team. And over the last 2 years, we have been meeting on a monthly basis for a half a day each month, asking the Lord to reveal His will for our new parish and the communities we serve. And we've been doing that through prayer. And today, we're delighted to bring you the fruits of that labor. Over the last several weeks, our pastoral team has been planting seeds through the Sunday homilies that are intended to help us in our discussions about the pastoral plan we will look at in these sessions. The first Sunday, Father Patrick spoke to us about synodality. And this word in Greek means common road or journey together. A synod means to pray about the life of the church together with others, and calls us to listen together to the one voice that matters, the voice of God. Pope Francis has encouraged us to become a synod church and wants us to be on a common road or journeying together. And we're living a synod time now. Pope Francis is calling us to listen to the voice of God speaking to us as a church, and he is asking lay people to pray together. The people in our parish who are leading the process are meeting with members of the parish now in answer to Pope Francis's call. One of the questions being asked is where you think the church is being asked to grow right now. This pastoral plan has examples of areas that representatives of the parish think we need to grow. The Pastoral Council has been meeting in a spirit of prayer, trust, openness to the Holy Spirit, and listening to the voice of God in the time spent together putting this pastoral plan together. And through this session, we want to give parishioners a chance to have voice in that plan. One of the readings that first Sunday was the very reading, part of which was given to us for our pastoral plan, 1 Corinthians 12, verses 12 and 25. There is one body, but it has many parts. But all its many parts make up one body. It is the same with Christ. In that way, the parts of the body will not take sides. All of them will take care of one another. Then, on the second Sunday of this homily series, Deacon Larry spoke to us about why we have to make some changes. He reminded us that our church was built to worship God and is built on the promise that Jesus is the Son of God. And when we attend church, we're taken up in the arms of God as we receive the body and blood of Christ. He told us that at a time when there should be a lineup down the street because what we are offering is communion with God, that's not what's happening. Numbers from 2001 to 2016 have declined by 50% in the 2 church sites in Saint-Famille. We had 2,000 parishioners in 2001, and in 2016 we had about 1,000, and we're not sure how many of those will come back after COVID. He spoke about influences in today's society that are impacting us and that undermine society's understanding of Jesus and of Jesus as God. I'd encourage you to go to our website and follow the links to listen to both of these homilies again, because I'm sure I won't do it justice. But he spoke about the influence of scientism, where people believe that the only things that are real are things that can be proven by science. And he also spoke about the influence of relativism, that there's no such thing as a basic truth. There's your truth, there's my truth, but there's no our truth, and there's no journeying together. And so he went on to ask us, how do we respond? Well, by taking the strengths and faith that we have and building on these, by allowing the Lord to come into our lives and help us build a community where we can grow our faith and invite others to do the same. So we have to put a plan in place, centered on God, and we need everyone. Everyone has gifts that will be tremendously helpful in the continued development and implementation of this plan. Again, the reading from Corinthians shows up. So my job now is with the backdrop of these two homilies to introduce the framework for our 3-year pastoral plan for Christ the King parish. Our pastoral plan has a simple vision. We want to come encounter Christ, joyfully share his love, and go make disciples. And our plan also has a mission. And that mission is that Christ the King parish is a growing faith community of love, joy, discipleship, and evangelization that brings people into a personal encounter with Jesus Christ. It's no coincidence that Jesus had disciples, and his disciples didn't run around wildly, scattering everywhere without purpose. Jesus took time to be with them so they could focus deeply on their one mission, to love others and introduce people to Jesus and the good news. They were his instruments. Jesus formed a community of faith with the disciples, and we are descendants of that community. Everything we do as a parish is a means to facilitating this mission while adhering to the teachings and traditions of our Catholic faith. So, to achieve that vision and mission, we have adopted a parish commitment taken straight from the Holy Father's Joy of the Gospel. And that commitment is this: to undertake this mission, we commit to fostering a missionary impulse capable of transforming everything so that our customs, ways of doing things, times and schedules, languages, structures, and cultures can be suitably channeled for the evangelization of today's world rather than for our own self-preservation. There's no doubt that this will require us to make some changes. As a pastoral council, we felt the Lord asking us to decide if we wanted to focus deeply or scatter. And we felt that he was calling us to focus deeply. This would be a good time to talk about the various roles our parish has adopted for leadership. We've chosen a shared leadership model. Doing this calls lay people into action. It's no secret that our world is living with the challenge of fewer and fewer priests, and we are living that reality here in our diocese. We're blessed to have both a pastor and an associate pastor in our parish, along with a team of deacons. A shared leadership model supports our ordained team members so that they are freed up as much as possible to practice their ministry of service to people. That means that the rest of us have to step into sharing the work and the structures that discern and make recommendations to them regarding the broader work, ministry, and operations of the parish. A pastoral council is not a decision-making body. In this model, the pastoral council sets a broad strategic plan for the parish. It doesn't make decisions about which company is going to plow the parish parking lot or fix the roof, or who gets to rent rooms in the stewardship center. It focuses on setting pastoral priorities and then hands those priorities off to the pastoral and senior leadership teams. And these are the teams that color in the body of the plan by putting the details in for how we as a parish are going to achieve the strategic plan. And then the various ministries and parishioners step up to make these details happen. And this brings us right back to that reading from Corinthians. There is one body, but it has many parts, but all its many parts make up one body. We've chosen to organize the mission and the work of our parish into what we're calling pastoral systems. And these systems of activity are much like the systems of a body. There are a variety of them, they're all essential, and they all have to work together. In fact, when they're working together well, you sometimes can't tell where one ends and the other starts. They depend on each other and they're interconnected. Again, in Corinthians we hear, many parts that all need each other for the whole body to work, and each part has its own gift for the common good. To come to a shared understanding of these systems, the Pastoral Council prayed to understand where the Lord saw us as a parish in 3 to 5 years. And this led to shared definitions of 5 pastoral systems, and then 2 focus areas for each of those systems. We'll make this available to you in a document, but for now, I'll briefly move through the 5 pastoral systems. The first is worship. Here we are transformed through an encounter with God as a result of excellence in all liturgies and community experiences. The second pastoral system is service. We are of service to others by using our God-given gifts and have a missionary culture that reaches the lost and serves the least. The third system is discipleship. And here we are committed to growing in faith, knowledge, and prayer, and identifying our God-given gifts. The fourth is evangelization. Here we share our passion for Christ and his transforming love with those who do not know him, and invite them to a decision to trust him, follow him, and become his disciple. And finally, the fifth system is fellowship, where we are creating community experiences where people are known, loved, called by name, and supported to holiness. The Pastoral Council then spent several months discerning what specific areas the Lord was calling us to focus deeply in within these systems. What's that saying? The harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few. We knew that we could ask the parish to take on a huge number of things, and we might get a few things done. Or we could choose a smaller number and really do them excellently. We felt strongly that the Lord was calling us to choose small and excellent. And I think you will see from the other presenters that it's really not that small. The harvest is still plenty, and we need many more laborers to share in the work. I hope that you will see your gifts as being needed in the work ahead. You'll see on the document that we've provided that each pastoral system has 2 specific focus areas. The pastoral team, which is made up of parishioners who lead ministries in a specific system area, have set action plans for each focus area, and they will speak to you about those specific focus areas and their plan to carry this out. I'd like to end by thanking the members of the Pastoral Council for 2 years of hard work. It wasn't always easy. When Deacon Larry speaks about the influences of society and the work it takes to shut out those voices and listen to the one true voice, I can tell you we had a few Saturdays where that battle was real. Thanks be to God, his voice won out. Through this session, we really want to hear from you. Please join us prayerfully in this discussion. Ask the Lord to reveal to you where and how he wants you to use the gifts that he has given you in this plan. Be open to the truth that this may mean some things have to change. I can tell you that back in 2016, when my husband and I were asked to lead music at the St. Vincent de Paul site, I never imagined that I would be here representing the Pastoral Council and not even participating in music ministry anymore. That was the only gift that I thought he wanted me to use. I definitely never saw myself sitting in a pew most Sundays at the St. Thomas More site, but I can also tell you that by listening to him and being obedient, even if it was reluctantly sometimes, because boy, it hurt me to step away from the music ministry. I have been given so much more than I could ever have imagined possible. I have been challenged, humbled, and most of all, welcomed, loved, and drawn deeper into a true relationship with Jesus. And that has strengthened every part of my daily life. For that, I am eternally grateful for this new and amalgamated parish, and all the glory goes to God. Thank you for being here, and may God bless you richly.